Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel TekSolutions. Today I am going to teach you the most important topic, Flask SQLAlchemy. So let's start with that. Flask SQLAlchemy. So what is Flask SQLAlchemy? Flask SQLAlchemy is an ORM tool which establishes the relationship between the objects and the tables of the relational database. So what the Flask SQLAlchemy will do is going to relationship between the object and the tables of the relational database. Okay, so the mapping between the both is important because the Python is capable of storing the data in the form of objects, whereas the database stores the data in the form of relational tables, that is the collection of rows and columns. The object relational mapping is the technique of storing Python object into the database tables without writing a raw SQL query. Okay, so what is ORM? ORM is object relational mapping. ORM is object relational mapping. So most programming language platforms are object oriented. Data in RDMS servers, on the other hand, is stored as a table, just like a row and columns. Okay, and object relationship mapping is a technique of mapping object parameters to the underlying RDMS table structure. And ORM API provides methods to perform CRUD operations without having to write raw SQL statement. That is going to provide the CRUD operation without writing the raw SQL statements. Okay, so in this video we are going to study the ORM technique of Flask SQLAlchemy and build a small web application. Okay, so let's start with that. To start, we are going to install Flask SQLAlchemy. To create a web application using the Flask ORM technique, we must need to install Flask SQLAlchemy using the pipe installer. To confirm the installation, try to import the module on the Python shell. If it's successfully imported, the installation is successfully. Okay, what we have to do, we have to use pip install Flask SQLAlchemy. Okay, and enter. Okay, this is saying requirement already satisfied because SQLAlchemy is already installed in my applications, okay, or in my systems. So if you are going to import the Flask SQLAlchemy, it should not give any error. Okay, Flask SQLAlchemy import SQLAlchemy. Okay, and if you are going to run this one, right click and run, then it will not give any error if the Flask SQLAlchemy is installed properly in your application or in your system. Let's run it. I'm not getting any error. This kind of module, this Flask SQLAlchemy is not found. That means the SQLAlchemy is already installed in my applications. Okay, so let's start with the create the web application using the Flask SQLAlchemy. Okay, now import few other modules that is going to help to create the web applications from Flask. That is important. Import Flask request Flask URL underscore for redirect and render underscore template. Okay, this is the few modules that we are importing to recreating of the web application using Flask SQLAlchemy. Okay, now I am going to write app as usual, Flask underscore name. Okay, now I am going to create configuration app.config. Okay, and SQLAlchemy database underscore URL equal to SQLite. I am using SQLite for that. Okay, in the last video already I explained how the SQLite is working with the example. Employee dot SQLite 3. Okay, SQLite 3. Now I am going to configure the secret key. Configure secret underscore key equal to secret key. Okay, this is the database that is going to create. Okay, and this is the configuration. You can change anything here, and secret key also you can change anything here in the configuration. This is basically nothing is name. Okay, now the SQL create db SQLAlchemy, db equal to SQLAlchemy, and going to call the app. Okay, I'm going to create class for that. Class implies db dot model. Okay, and id. The class is nothing but how you are going to create the columns of the particular database or tables in the employees. Okay, db dot column id equal to db dot column. I'm going to pass the employee id comma db dot integer comma primary key equal to true. Okay, this is integer, that is caps. Okay, now I'm going to create another column name, that is name, that is db dot column. I'm going to pass db dot string, and I'm going to take a 100th name. Now I'm going to create the salary for that. Salary equal to db dot column, and that is float, db dot float, that is 50. Okay, now I'm going to use age equal to db dot column, going to pass db dot string and taking 10. Okay, even you can take as a integer also, yeah, that's not an issue. Okay, now I'm going to initiate init. Okay, define underscore init self, what you are passing, self name comma salary comma age, pin code also you can use, pin equal to db dot column and db dot string. Okay, and length is 10. Okay, here also use pin. Okay, and self dot name equal to name, initiating a class like that, parameterized constructor. Okay, equal to salary, self dot salary equal to salary, self dot age equal to age, This parameterized constructor in the Python I already explained in the my Python video. Okay, self.pin equal to pin. Okay, now the class is created here. Okay, now I am going to create the root, create the app.root. Okay, app.root double quote /. Okay, and I am going to define list of employees. Okay, list of employees, return render underscore template list underscore employees dot html file. Okay, and employees equal to employees dot query dot all. Okay, what he will do, he will basically take all those employees details and going to pass into the list underscore employees HTML. Okay, this is clear. Now I am going to create the list underscore employee dot HTML files. I am going to create, let's create one HTML file, new template new HTML, and that name of that list underscore employee. Okay, enter. This is home page, that's it, details of the employees. Okay, now I'm going to create as S3 here. And inside that one href we would a href equal to double quote inside the URL underscore for. Okay, and then going to call the list underscore employees. Okay, and I'm going to close this one. This is single quote, double quote. This is close here and double quote here. Okay, this is employee management system. Employees management system. Okay, this is 3 is close here. HR109 here. And now I'm going to use for loop to give the details of all the employees, right? Percentage for message in get underscore Flask underscore messages close parentheses percentage, this close braces. I'm going to define the message. Okay, and this is going to close, and this is end of for loop, end of for loop. All the messages that is going to display in the Flask. Now I'm going to loop for the employee details for employee list. Okay, now table I'm going to create border to padding equal to 5. Okay, T head TR PH, that is name. Okay, copy. I'm going to paste name, salary. Okay, paste, paste, and final the pin code. Okay, this is TRTH, head is clear. Now I'm going to create T body here. Now I'm going to use for loop that is going to display the employee details. Percentage for employee employee employees percentage close of that, enter. I'm going to create tr, I'm going to create td, okay, and that is going to display of the employee dot name, right? Copy this one and going to paste it on employee. This is age, this is salary, and this is your pin code. Okay, this is clear, and that I'm going to end of the for loop. Tr close and curly braces start, percentage end, for loop, percentage low. Okay, this is that. Okay, now I'm going to give you one href for that is going to say, okay, how we are going to add the employees. Okay, for that I'm going to create one URL for that. Okay, double quote URL underscore for, and after that add employee and underscore add employee. Okay, close the parenthesis, curly braces is closed, that going to say add new employee. Okay, this is clear now. Over here, basically we are going to display the Flask messages when you are going to add any data into the employees table and the data is set successfully on that. For that we display the message here, okay, using this for loop. Okay, and now this is very clear what we are trying to achieve here. We have the 4 column name, salary, age and pin. Okay, and for that basically what we are doing here, we are going to display the message using the for loop, employees name, salary, age and pin code. Okay, and here we are creating one more link that is going to redirect with the add employees, and that is basically is going to say, okay, how we are going to add the new employee tables. Okay, let's go with the main.py once again. Now I am going to add the new employees. Okay, for that let's create one app.root. Okay, for adding the new employees. Okay, app.root, and now I'm going to say /add methods equal to get and post. Okay, now I'm going to define one add employee. Okay, column if request dot method equal to post. Okay, column, then what we are going to do, we are going to, now after that what we are going to, if not request dot form name or not request dot form is salary or not request dot form is age. Okay, then Flask will give you display them as a please enter all the fields. Okay, please enter all the fields. Okay, and this will give you error. Okay, we're trying to achieve it here. If you are not passing name, salary and age, right, then what he will say, please enter all the fields error. Okay, and this is going to display because of that only, that I said, right, Flask messages, right, go up. Okay, this is going to display because of that. Okay, because we are using get Flask message, then whatever the error will come, means whatever that comes under Flask methods, okay, that is going to display it from here. Okay, here of the employee list. This is clear why we are using this one. Okay, now If we are going to enter all the fields, then what we are going to do? We are going to insist that will come to enter all the fields. Then what we are going to do? We are going to add the details, right, into the employee forms. Okay, employee equal to employee. Okay, and then we are going to pass the request dot form, going to pass the name. Okay, comma, request dot form salary. Okay, comma, request dot form age, request dot form. After that we will pass the final pin. Okay, pin code. This is clear now. Now we are going to add the session on that. Okay, db dot session dot add, and going to pass the employee. Okay, and after the db dot session dot commit. Okay, and Flask will say, again you see Flask here, right? Flask record was successfully added. Okay, and that is going to return redirect underscore URL and redirect URL underscore for to the list of employees. Okay, list of employees. Okay, and after the final return, that is render underscore template, and going to add dot html. Okay, now I'm going to create one HTML file here for adding it. Okay, so what we are trying to achieve it here, see, you achieve here, if we have form, right, add.html for that have the 4 fields, that is name, salary, age and pin code, right? Pin code. So if you are not going to enter, or if you are not going to pass the name, salary and age, then what will happen? The Flask going to display, please enter all the fields, right? Error. Okay. Now if you are going to enter name, salary, age and pin code, then what will happen? db session.add is going to add into the employee and going to commit it. After the commit, what will happen? The records. Right? So if you are going to pass name, salary, age and pin codes, then what will happen? The data is going to enter into the employee table. If you are going to use db session and dot commit. If you are not going to use commit here, then data is not going to enter into the employee table. Okay. So create the new HTML file, that is add.html. Okay. Add.html. Enter. Okay. This is add new employee. Okay. And I'm going to use here add new employee. Okay, and then after that I'm going to close, and here I'm going to display the error percentage. I'm going to display the error Flask messages. Okay, percent for category, comma message in get underscore Flask underscore message with underscore categories, that is true. Okay, that is percentage and close. Okay, and I'm going to use one div for that, div and class alert underscore hyphen danger. I'm going to display the message here, for loop here, percent in for loop. Okay, That is clear. Now I'm going to use form action, that is request path, request.path, whatever the path, the method is coming here, right? And methods is post. Okay, method equal to post. Okay, and then this is label for equal to name, and this is name. Okay, label is closed, br, enter, and input type text, name equal to name, placeholder equal to name. Okay, this is input type here. Okay, now I'm going to copy this one and paste it here. Name is there. Now I'm going to use for salary. This is salary, this is salary. Input type test is correct, this is salary, and placeholder also, that is salary. Okay, now I'm going to paste once again. Name, salary, the third one is age. Okay, this is age, this is age, name is age, and placeholder also age. Pin code. Okay, now this is pin, name, salary, pin, and this is also pin. Okay, and this is also name as pin for pin use, and this is also pin. Now after that I have to create one button, input type equal to submit, and then value equal to submit. Okay, submit. Okay, so what we are trying to have, this is nothing but your Flask message. After that, what is this is the form what we are creating here, that is the 4 parameter, name, salary, age, and pin code, and this is one button, submit, that is going to submit your all the details, name, salary, age, and pin code. Okay, this is clear now. Now final we'll go to the if name, if underscore name underscore equal to underscore main underscore and db dot, here you are going to create the db. Okay, db dot create underscore all. Okay, app dot run and debug equal to true. Okay, the create dot all, what he will do, he is going to create the database. Okay, employee database. Okay, and the employee tables also using this class. Okay, and db session dot employees, this db session dot come in, that's come under here. We are going to enter name, salary, age, and pin code. Then after that the session is going to add into the employees, and then we are going to commit, and then we are going to Flask record was successfully added, and then is going to return redirect with the list of employees. Okay, now let's run the application. I am going to copy this URL and paste it here. Okay, so this is employee management system here, and this is employee list, right? Till now we didn't add any employee into the employee system or employee management system. That's why we are not able to show any employee details. Now I am going to add the new employee into the employee management system. Let's click on add new employee. Right now, if you are going to submit, what will happen? It's going to display, right? All the fields should be mandatory. Let's click on submit. Right? Please enter all the fields because of the Flask only, right? This one. If you are not going to enter name, salary, and age, then it will say please enter all the fields. Okay. Now I am going to enter name. Let's say TekSolutions, salary 12345.5, age 30, pin code 12345. Okay, and click on submit. What will happen is going to add the employee details into the employee management system. Let's click on submit. Right, TekSolutions 12345 30 12345. Okay, now if you are going to add one more employees, TekSolution, the employee name TekSolutions 1, salary 12345 341 is 30, pin 12345. Okay, let's click on submit. Right, he's added one more employees into the tables. Okay, and he's saying recorded was successfully added also because of the Flask only. This is clear now. Now I will go through once again from top to bottom all the details. So here what we are trying to do it here. So here what we are doing, we are creating the configuration here, right? SQLAlchemy database UI and secret key. Okay, and here we are initiating the SQL database or SQLAlchemy database. Okay, now here what we are trying to create one employee tables, and there we have filled ID, name, salary, age and pin code. Okay, and this ID is going to increment, that is basically the primary key. Okay, this is a primary key equal to true. Okay, that means that is a unique value that is going to add into the tables. Okay, now here what we are trying to do, the list of the employees, and the list of the employees what we are trying, when all the details is going to enter into the employee management system, that is going to redirect with the list underscore employee.html, and here we are display the all the employee name, salary, age and pin code. Okay, now after that this is the add. Okay, this is the add methods that we are going to add the details into the employee table, and this is post method, right? If the request on method is post, that means if you are going to add the detail into the system, and name, salary, age, if you are not entered into the fields and this field is not going to enter into the system, then it will display the error, please enter all the messages, all the fields, and give the display error. And if you are going to enter name, salary, age and pin code is optional. Okay, if you are going to add all the details, then it's going to add into the DB session and going to commit. If you are not going to use dot commit, then what will happen is the data is not going to enter into the systems. And after that, when you are going to add the session.commit, and that after that Flask, that is going to say record was successfully added, and that is going to redirect with the list of the employees. Okay, that is this page. Okay, otherwise if you are not the post method, right, if you are not going to enter anything, then it is going to also enter the add.html. That means that will be in the same page only, right? And if you are not going to enter anything, then it is going to redirect with the add.html only. Okay, and this is db.create underscore all, and that means that whatever the class that you are going to create, that means the tables that is going to create because of this only. Okay, and app.run debug true. Okay, this is for today. That's it. Thank you so much for